KJ, you need no introduction.
Yes, I do.
I can do this all day long. Super Bowl champion, Pro Bowler, family man,
Mm-hmm.
father, husband, son,
Yep.
the
Brother.
pride of Mississippi, and of course, now a resident here of the Seattle area.
Yep.
Man, thanks for coming on, brother.
Thankful to be here, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So how many years did you play?
I played 11 football seasons, 11 quick football seasons.
11 quick football seasons.
Mhm.
And go ahead and say, what's happening right now?
Yeah, so that's a wrap. That's it. It was from Pop Warner to high school to college to 11 years in the pros. It's that time to hang up the cleats, hang up the helmet, the shoulder pads, the Sundays are no longer my days. It's time to spectate. So pretty surreal feeling, pretty surreal to say.
Mm-hmm.
Like, damn, like, yeah, that's it. That's it. And but job well done. Job well done. I can pat myself on the back, say you gave it every ounce in your mind and body, and you did it, what they say, quote unquote, the right way.
Walk us through it. Walk us through how that decision went. Did you talk to Natalie, who's your wife? Did you talk to family? Walk us through that.
It's funny. I saw it coming last year.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like, God talks to us. God finds ways to talk to you. And I felt like God was telling me last year when I was unemployed, like, this, I'm gonna give you go play again.
Mm-hmm.
But I want you to know what this feels like. Know what the isolation, know what, like, not being employed, know what not being away from the game feels like. And I'm gonna prepare you for what's to come. And so here we are. Went through the same thing in free agency. I thought it may, somebody called. No one called, et cetera, et cetera. And the way I felt was like, if it's not in Seattle, then it won't be anywhere.
For those at home and for those that maybe missed it, most didn't. They know that you played a season out there in Las Vegas with the Las Vegas Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
But how hard was that? I mean, you had played and won a Super Bowl here in Seattle. You've been a Seahawk, thought you'd be a Seahawk probably for your entire career.
Yeah.
Take us back to last season when you had to finally make the decision to play for the Raiders, fly out and live in Las Vegas, knowing that your family was still here. Talk about that.
My whole career, football has been fun. It's been something that I look forward to going to work, look forward to come home, look forward to watch film. That last year, the joy was being taken away from me. I was like, this ain't, like, what am I doing? Like,
Right.
it's not even fun. Like, coming home to an empty house, a quiet house. Your family's not there. You meet new teammates. They're your boys and everything. I loved them, but it was just different. It was just really different.
But doesn't money help that?
Come on now.
I'm just saying because there's a lot of people that believe that if just because you got millions or you've made millions in your career, I'm not trying to count your money, but just because you've made millions, that when you got the money, that will make sure things are okay. So when you do come home to an empty house, you an empty house, yes, but you got money, is fine.
Nah, that money is just that. It's a tool. It's something that's good. It's something that you work hard for. But at the end of the day, what's real is what's real. And what's real is just that feeling you get on the inside. What's real is the people you can enjoy it with. What's real is that when I step into this stadium, I'm here, I'm present, I'm mentally and physically present, ready to have the time of my life. That was kind of, it didn't sit right with me.
Tell us a story. Tell us something last year that happened that was eye-opening for you. One, like a story that go ahead.
Having one of them days, got locked out of my house, had a long day at work, et cetera, and just sitting in my house, quiet, and I literally bursted out in tears. I literally started crying in my bed.
What?
And I'm not a crier. I don't, but I was really just like this. Like, life was happening so fast. You go from free agency to got a job to new team, new position, new home, kids are gone. everything was just happening so fast, and I don't get overwhelmed. I'm not the type to get overwhelmed. But I really got overwhelmed with life.
Right.
With life, and you got your contract, you playing football, you still doing your thing, but life was getting to me, and I was like, this is not supposed to be like this. Ball is not supposed to look like unhappy. I know what it's supposed to look like, and so that's why I said if I'm not coming back to Seattle, where my family is, and where I'm not about to take them and just up and leave, then that's a wrap.
Mental health is something that we talk about all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Now, KJ, you are in the NFL. You are playing for the Las Vegas Raiders. You are in your 11th season playing in your NFL career, and you bust out crying, laying in the bed. So that lets me know that the mental health issues isn't just for those that are struggling financially. It's for those that are you could be doing well financially. What happens to a lot of your peers that you have maybe talked to that are still playing or they're done playing? Depression happens a lot, but for some reason it's not talked about a lot or enough.
Yeah. It's funny. I thank God for Brandon Mebane. I just got the phone with him like 2-3 days ago. And we were said, Mebane, I said, I thank you for what you did for me when I was a rookie. I told him, I said, bro, thank you. And what he did for me was he put this journey I was about to take into perspective. He always used to say, KJ, it's just football. I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? He always used to say, bro, it's just football. Don't get caught up in all this other stuff that life is going to bring. Money, the women, the fame, the media, the attention. It's going to all come and present itself, but you got to put everything into perspective, put everything where it's supposed to be. And you can easily get caught up in this stuff that comes with this game. And if you don't handle it the right way, especially when it's done, it could jack you up. And even when you are playing, it could jack you up.
Why do you think you listened? Why do you think you listened to Brandon Mebane? I mean, here you are, a rookie. Why?
I don't know. I don't know. But, man, it's just like the dude, he took me under his wings. And I was like, and it's funny, David Hawthorne told me.
Heater.
Heater. Mebane was, I think he was holding out that year. And Heater was like, hey, we're not looking the way we should, but when this dude come, we gonna be all right. I was like, okay, I don't know who the hell Brandon Mebane is, but when he comes, he must be that dude.
Right.
And so he was that dude on and off the field. And he just showed me the ropes. He just showed me. It's like, KJ, here's something happening. Like, hey, don't get caught up in that.
Right.
That ain't real.
So you're back in Seattle. You packed up your stuff. How fast did it take you to pack your stuff up in Las Vegas?
Gee.
After the season. Huh?
The next day. I packed, no. I packed my stuff up the next day and I was gone the next day.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
You was gone. Did you turn the lights off in Las Vegas when you left?
Yeah, I did it the right way.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. But I flew back and, did it, quote unquote, the right way. Gave him the key and all that stuff, but Absolutely. I went home.
So you went home and you came home, and I'm gonna share the conversation that you and I had. Mm-hmm. And you said, G, I'm gonna go up there and meet with the Seahawks. Mm-hmm. And I said, well, what's going on? He's like, man, you said I still want to play.
Yeah.
You still want to play. So what happened? What happened in that meeting?
I had a very real, transparent conversation.
Who'd you have it with?
First one was with John.
Okay, John Snyder.
Mm-hmm. And broke it down, John.
What'd you tell him?
I said, John, I loved it here. I loved it here. I loved my time here. I loved it in Vegas. But the way I'm feeling now is I'm not going anywhere unless it's I want to end my career here, 12th year, ride it out. There's some changes being made. I want to help, mentor, lead the guys. I don't even got to play really. Just have me here, like we can do our dang thing.
Right.
And he said I had a feeling that's where you were coming, and to, not to get too in depth with what we talked about, but he just said right now it's going to have to be a no.
Okay.
Yeah, he just said it's going to be a no, and the direction we're going as an organization, we can't do it right now. If you're willing to wait until someone, gets tired or pull something, hamstring or something, would you consider it then? I was like, I don't operate like that. I'm here to really lay down the foundation. Mm-hmm. in OTAs, in training camp, get my mind and body right to go into a season. And so if you say no here, right now, then it'll be a no. It'll be a no for me too.
Right. You got to have a lot of respect for John, to be honest with you.
And I told John, I said, John, thank you for the honor. Thank you for not, hanging, dangling me on the string.
Yeah.
Don't dangle me on the string, have me going out there and working out, thinking something may happen.
Mm-hmm.
I can take transparency. I can take the truth.
So we folks will still have you in town. KJ, you'll still be living here, you and your family, and no, you won't be on the football field playing as a Seahawk. However, is there another role that you can be in?
Yes.
And what's that?
I'm brainstorming that now. I have a passion for this game, and I want to stay around ball. And if I can learn what Schneider does. Hey, what do you do? How did you get to this point? Shadowing him, a training camp. Like, how do you do this? And as the season goes on, we playing the Niners next week. Go a week ahead. This is what they do. This is what they're good at. This is what Kittle does. Defensive guys. This should be the plan of attack this week. This is how they're going to attack us. And so just helping assist, both on the management side and the football side.
I love to see that the fact on draft night, right, or the second night, which was on Friday, you were there inside of the Virginia Mason Athletic Center. You were there to greet Charles Cross as he walked in. What was that experience like?
Hey, Mississippi State, we take care of each other, man. And to see a Bulldog go first round, to go in there and let him know what's to come. Hey, I have massage therapists, I have chefs, time management. I did it. I did it for a decade. Whatever you need, I'm here for you. We exchange numbers. I didn't want to bother him too much. He got a whole lot going on. Yeah. But just to meet him, be a liaison for the Seahawks was pretty cool, and also take care of my Mississippi State brother.
The Seahawks as an organization, right? We, as fans, we see what you guys have done on the field over the last 10 years, and it has been great. How does the Seahawks organization contribute to what we see on the field?
Elaborate.
I don't believe that all organizations across the NFL are the same. I believe they play the same game, but I don't think that the organization are the same.
Yeah.
So take us into what makes this Seahawks organization different or special, or whatever adjective you want to use.
You hear about the other side. You hear the horror stories about how organizations treat their players, how like this place. I didn't like it here. This place is special. And it's funny. I told Coach Carroll this before I left. I said, Coach Carroll, I thank you for the stuff that you did off the field for us. You know what I mean? I thank you for the hard conversations that we had as men to show that it's bigger than the game. It's bigger than football. As black men, we're navigating through this world. And I just thank you for just being a solid dude and not like just brushing stuff to the side. Oh, Black Lives Matter, we're going to brush this to the side. Oh, you had this terrible injury. Oh, we're just going to brush that to the side and not talk to you. And so the way that this is just family-oriented, the way that they take care of your mentals here, it's pretty special.
I finally, right now, get to bring something up that I've interviewed you a bunch of times. And I've never brought this up because, how can I say, not supposed to disclose things like this. But I think I feel comfortable saying this because actually you taught me something with this. When you first got here, and I believe that was 2011, right? When you first got here, I remember your rookie year. I remember like it was yesterday. What was that car you used to drive?
Chevy Impala.
Chevy Impala.
You ain't going to forget that.
I used to clean that thing. Yeah. Boy, you used to keep it clean, though.
Yeah.
Anyways, I remember you driving that Chevy Impala. I remember you were a rookie, and here you are. But then something happened within like your first week or so. And I never forget, your mentality was, I'm going to play through it. And what it taught me early on, like, adversity is going to happen. And no matter what, nobody cares.
Yeah.
Crying falls on deaf ears, and you just got to keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
What happened? Tell them.
Rookie year, first preseason game. And here I am, getting in second quarter, and boom, it's a run play going to my left side. And me versus Toby Gerhart. I think this is his name, Toby Gerhart.
Yeah.
Big white running back. And I go and tackle him, and he goes and runs through my shoulder, and I tore my labrum, and my arm is just dangling. It's just dangling. So here I am, torn labrum, knew someone, right? And 4th round draft pick, trying to make the team, really trying to become a starter. But I tore my shoulder. My shoulder is hanging off its muscles or whatever. And so we get an MRI, and I got a choice. They said, we can either get surgery and you're gonna be shut down for 6 months, or you can harness it up and we can keep this thing going. And so in my mind, it wasn't really an option. I got this motto. I said, if you can run, you can play. That's my motto as a linebacker. If you can run, then you could play on Sundays. And so I said, all right, let's get this harness. And I wore that harness for 11 years, G.
11? I know.
I never got it fixed.
And you see KJ in that harness, now you guys know why you see that harness and where it started. I've always wanted to just tell you, I'll never forget that. And that's probably the blessing in disguise that I've had, and what has shaped me today is because of the things that you guys go through.
Yeah.
And it's a championship mindset. It's a mental part of things, which brings me to my next point. Oftentimes, there's me and Doug Baldwin, Jermaine Kearse, we text back and forth, and we're always talking about the culture.
Yeah.
Or the players.
Yeah.
When it comes to you guys. Can you help us understand how the culture was created with the Seahawks? Like, how did you guys become really good? Because look, everybody's strong, everybody's fast, everybody can run.
Yeah.
How did it become that way?
I say the culture was cultivated at USC. When we saw Reggie Bush, Matt Leinart, Mike Williams, Ray Malauga, Brian Cushion, that culture was there, and that was a fun culture that I wanted to be a part of. Every ball player in the nation wanted to be a part of what we saw at USC.
So wait, whoa.
Everybody.
I've never heard that angle before. But you're right. During those days, even if you didn't play football,
I want to be out there on Saturdays with them dudes.
Right?
And it was fun. It was exciting. It was a bunch of badass dudes having a good time. I was like, I want to be a part of what they got going on.
So when you show up to Seattle, are you thinking that's probably what's going to happen here?
When you showed up to Seattle, you knew, I'm playing for that dude. Oh, and his dudes play like that, and he's going to bring that national championship and that fun, exciting stuff to Seattle. Oh, we about to have a blast. I don't think you necessarily realized that, but you knew, I'm sure Coach Carroll knew, I'm about to bring what I had over there to what I have here. And correct me if I'm wrong, do they not look alike? USC, when it was in the glory days, Seattle Seahawks in the glory days. It's a split image.
Wow.
It's a split image.
I just want to say, I just have never heard you or anybody else say it this way.
I'm just saying, you got your bad running back, Reggie Bush, Marshawn. You got your bad defense with Taylor Mays, Malauga, all those guys. It's same thing.
You're right. It's a very
same thing.
It's very good point.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Pete got one national championship.
Yes.
And he lost another natty. I didn't say it. It's a split image. It's a split image.
Oh, you tried to segue into that.
Yeah.
How often do you think about that Super Bowl?
I mean, it gets brought up. It seems like in every year. But it crossed my mind.
Does it hurt?
It stings. It's getting better. It's starting to ease up a little bit. But it still sucks though.
Some will say that after that Super Bowl, it was tough. the culture.
Yeah,
it was tough.
Yeah, the vibes.
The vibes.
Yeah, the energy.
It was tough. Yeah, the energy. It was tough. Why they say that?
When stuff like that happens, in that fashion, you feel like it got stolen from you. I guess you felt like this shouldn't have happened this way.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather have lost 21 zip than to lose in that fashion.
Yeah.
And so when the energy is bad, when I can't trust those around me, I feel like certain agendas was trying to get met. Guys speculating. Guys was playing hurt in that game. Cam had no business playing that game. He had his knee messed up, but he thugged it out for us.
Mm-hmm.
And for us to lose like that sucked.
Yeah,
that really sucked.
Yeah, the trust and the communications and the vibe, and it's just kind of hard. Finger pointing, and all of those things. One coach that I believe does not get enough flowers, does not get talked about enough. Because when you talk about the culture that was established, and you're right, because this coach, I believe, was down at USC with Pete as well, and he happened to be your position coach.
Mm-hmm.
How important was Ken Norton Jr. for you and Bobby Wagner?
He was everything to us.
Why?
He showed us the way it's supposed to look on and off the field. He taught us how to prepare. He taught us how to draw in the defensive linemen to learn the playbook. He took me out there my rookie year when it was just us. Nobody was around. Mm-hmm. And he walked me how to be a Mike linebacker, how to set the front, how to use my arms, how to voice inflect, how to use my voice when I'm out there on the football field. No one does that. No one does that. And he keeps it real with you. If you mess up, I don't give a damn where you in, how much money you got. He gonna keep it real with you. He gonna let you know when you're messing up. From the beginning to my last year there. Really? Solid, complete. Taught me everything I knew.
How important is your position group room to your success in the NFL? How important is that? You said Ken Norton Jr. was phenomenal, because I would imagine that not everyone has a strong position coach.
Well, here's the thing. It's like a family. Your position group is it's like your little, you got the team who's your family, but these are like your real, I play beside you. I communicate with you. I depend on you to do your job so I could do my job. Mm-hmm. And if you're not prepared and you out there tripping, then that adds more weight on my plate to where I got to do more. And it's just, it doesn't flow. It doesn't function. Mm-hmm. You got to be connected as a position group. I got to be able to look you in your eyes throughout the weekend on game days to know that you go do your job. Mm-hmm. And if you don't, then that, first of all, this position group, we the most prepared position group on the football field. And if we look like this defense is going to suck, so you got to be on point.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, and I'd assume that every position group feels like that way, right? Whether it's the D-line, the linebackers, the DBs. Speaking of the DBs, the Legion of Boom is always talked about.
Yeah,
and everybody has their reasons as to why they were so good. Mm-hmm. But I never usually hear it asked of other members of the team of why they were good. Mm-hmm. Why? Why was the Legion of Boom special?
Let's just go player by player.
Okay, let's do that. Let's start off with Brandon Browner, BB.
Brandon Browner, let's just talk about his story first off. From Canada, his journey to the league was wild.
Yeah.
And he came in there, it was him, Marcus Trufant,
Walter Thurman.
Jennings?
Yeah. Oh, Jennings from Miami.
Yeah, from Miami.
Yeah.
And Brandon Browner literally came in there, and he essentially took a starting job. He went in there and earned a position to be called one of the best during that time. Mm-hmm. And he big, 6'4", could cover, get picks, get hit. He could do whatever on the football field. And he was a dog.
Byron Maxwell.
Maxie, that's my guy. Maxie he came in after that, just did his thing. He knew that at that time, nobody really throwing to Sherm's side.
Okay.
He came in and held his own.
Yeah.
Same thing. Got paid to go to Philly. He'll get picks. He could tackle. Could depend on him. Solid dude.
Earl Thomas.
Earl.
What made him special?
He'll probably be in the Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
He just loved football. And on Sundays, first of all, on practice were literally game days to Earl.
Really?
Practice were game days to Earl. The way he communicated, the way he did walkthrough, he was just so dialed in detail.
I've never seen him laughing.
There's nothing to laugh about when it comes to what's there to laugh about?
I would never see him laughing at the Virginia Mason Athletic Center. Never.
I'm here for a reason. I'm focused. I'm dialed in.
Yeah.
I'm the best on this football field, and he truly believed that.
Yeah.
I am the best ball player on Sundays, and as you saw on kind of game time, picks. We really watched film or how to tackle, but just how to prepare and just to be a baller on Sundays was Earl.
Cam Chancellor.
Cam was the one. If it wasn't for Cam, all this stuff you hear about these dudes, it wouldn't have lasted so long. He was first off
He was the glue?
He was the leader of that room.
Okay.
He was the glue of that room.
What made him the leader?
Cam was just a solid dude. He had the what's the word I'm looking for? The mental
awareness. Yeah.
Of what was going on.
Yeah.
If somebody was tripping, who would go to him? It would be Cam. If there's a check that needed to be made, who would make it? It would be Cam. If there was any dysfunction on the defense, who would we go to? Hey, Cam, what do you see right here? Cam was the guy.
Is Cam doing the most talking out there on the field during the time you guys? Who's doing the most talking out there?
The most?
Yeah.
It's a loaded question. We all was talking our ass off.
Oh, were you?
We was on point.
Okay.
I can't just give that to Cam.
Okay.
But Cam was just the presence that we needed on that football team.
Okay.
And then even besides the big hits and all that stuff that was it. That was what he did.
Right.
But what he brought to us from a leadership standpoint, we would not have been what we were if it was not for Cam.
He liked that roux or that cream cheese or whatever you put in your macaroni and cheese to make it stick together. You know what I mean?
That was Cam.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
That was Cam.
Richard Sherman.
Another Hall of Famer.
Okay.
And how do I describe Sherman? He's a technician. The dude's a technician. And you just cannot throw his way. If you throw a comeback, he's tipping it. If you throw a fade ball, that's just silly. And just we just got to the point where he just told me, KJ, don't even look to my side. If it's me and a single receiver, go do something else.
He wouldn't say that.
I don't want help. He had got so confident and so skilled at what he was doing. He was like, bro, I don't need any help.
Mm-hmm.
And in his, when he was in his prime, he was just the best corner in the NFL. I know it was him and Revis talk, but I said, if you give me anybody, give me Richard Sherman if it's going to be at the cornerback position. And so he's definitely going to have that gold jacket as well.
What was the reason for that first play in the Super Bowl 48 against the Denver Broncos? Why did that snap go over Peyton Manning's head? What, were they scared?
I don't know if they were scared.
What I mean,
I can't tell you.
It felt that way. It seemed that way. I know that there's going to probably be some former Broncos that was on that team that's probably going to be mad at what I'm saying. All I'm saying is I was just, and still to this day, shocked. And it was like watching the varsity against the JV, and it's like, chill, Seattle, chill.
We do believe that teams were intimidated by us. I wouldn't say scared, but they were intimidated by us. They knew that watching that film and on Sundays, you had to come correct. You had to come correct, or it's going to be a long day for you. You had to come correct. And so I wouldn't say scared, but dudes knew that they were facing something they've never seen probably in their career, facing this defense.
Well, I've talked enough about football, and I got a few minutes, but these are some of the things that I think that really separates you from a lot of people that I even know, period. Family.
Mm-hmm.
You're an amazing father, husband, you know what I mean? And
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about that side of things because, look, not just in football, just in life, it's hard for people to stay married. You know what I mean? Like, it's tough. It ain't easy. but you make it look easy.
Mm-hmm.
How you do that?
It's not easy. It's something that I'm very adamant about. It's something that I'm very aware that, like, first of all, when people say priorities, like, they always say God, family, football. No, you got to prioritize that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I knew that when I had my firstborn, when I had Cam, I'm like, I'm not bringing work to home. I'm not bringing iPads and film study and all this stuff to this house. When I'm here with you guys, I'm present. Daddy is home being dad. And just they my everything. They my everything. And what's this game if you have no one to share with or to celebrate with? It's I can't even it's not even fun. And so my family is my everything. And then you have my family back home, just for them to help me to be a major part of my success and for them to experience that with me as well. Like my family, they've been to London, been to New York City, LA, San Francisco. They've been all over the freaking globe, all because of what they invested in me. And I shared it with them as well. And so that's my family's my everything, man. And for them, if it weren't for them, I wouldn't be here.
You're retiring.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad you brought up your family back home, because one of the discussions that you and I had while you're making the decision to retire, you talked about your dad and how, man, he missed no games.
My daddy was there. My dad was there. He didn't play. He was there, and he would drive. If we play at LSU, he drives 6-7 hours to come. My first game, he was there. He flew to San Francisco when we played the 49ers, when I started my first NFL game. Yeah. My first game with the Las Vegas Raiders, I signed that week. He had 6 days to book a flight and to get a hotel. He was there. Yeah. And he was present. And you take it back to the when you're 5-6 years old. He was my coach. Right. And you take it back through the adversity that I had as a kid when I got thrown out of basketball games, when I got my technical fouls, and he was giving me life lessons on how to deal with life, how to navigate through adversity. Mm-hmm. He invested that into me when I was a little kid. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then you just take it step by step. When it came down to my college, to tell you the truth, G, I wanted to go to South Carolina. Oh. I wanted to go to South Carolina. But my dad was like, if you go there, we ain't gonna be able to see you as much. And so I was like, all right, I got a choice. Do I want my family to be here, or do I want to, go do my own thing? Call Coach Crum, hey, I want to be a Bulldog. Right. So right. It's just it's something that's been invested in me and embedded in me since I was born. And in every decision I make, how can I incorporate my people into this journey?
So when you made the decision to retire, what your people say?
Yes, everybody said different stuff.
Okay, different stuff. Okay, let's go mom first. What she say?
Mama's like, if you happy, I'm happy.
Okay.
She's like, you sure? I was like, yeah, Mom, I think I'm good.
What your wife Natalie say?
She's like, you should have been did this. Like, my wife is like, you look so tired. You look so tired. Your body's been beat up. Because I was still training. I was still working out. She's like, you just look drained. I see it in your eyes. It's like, and she was like, what else are you trying to get? What else are you trying to obtain? And I was like, that's a good question. I don't know what I'm trying to get. She's like, you look tired.
What's your daddy say?
Dad was like, nah, just wait. Think about it. He was like, think about it. Somebody will call. I'm like, Dad, no. Like, somebody will call, man. Just don't do it now. Yeah. Like, somebody will call, man.
What you get kicked out of that basketball game for?
That's a long story. How much time we got?
What you do? Yeah, I mean, listen, might as well tell it.
It's a really deep story.
Oh, it is?
It's kind of deep.
Well, let's go. What happened?
I'm a kid.
Okay.
Dad, my coach, and we in the deep South. We in Mississippi. I'm the only black boy in this league. It's 2 black boys, me and my cousin, a bunch of white boys. Okay. And you could tell that these folks they was out to get me. They was out to get our team. Okay. Calling all kind of crazy fouls, all kind of travels. And what happened was they gave me a tech. They teed me up. Okay. And what they did was the man went to the press box and he said he cannot play in the rest of this game or the rest of this tournament.
What?
He cannot play in the rest of. You only get 2 techs. You
Yeah.
get 2 techs.
But they only gave you 1 tech.
He cannot play in the rest of this game nor the rest of this tournament.
Okay.
And I was just devastated. And my dad was the coach. My grandma was there. We just stormed out. And he just told me, he said, son, like, with life, you gotta have to deal with stuff. You gotta overcome stuff. There'll be certain obstacles you're gonna face that you can't let bring you down. And so he just been there since day one. And just that stuff like that, to have him there, because imagine my dad wasn't even there when I was facing that stuff. Like, me as a kid, you need your guy. You need your guy around.
Yeah.
And so for him, when he did that, just navigating me through life,
Mm-hmm.
he's been there since day one. I can't thank him enough for that.
Well, I can sit here and ask you questions all day, but I'm going to lob this one to you. What's something you want to say? What's something that I have not talked about, that I have not brought up?
You gonna make me start crying.
What is something that you want to say? I mean, there's a lot of people that's listening, watching. There's your folks back home, they watching. Natalie and the kids, they watching. What you want to say?
I'm just overwhelmed with gratefulness. I don't think that I could never imagine that it would go like this. And I'm just, every tackle I made, every injury I had, every fight I had with my teammates, every Pro Bowl I got, it was a beautiful journey, and use it to be special in this next phase. You know what I'm saying? And so this was everything. This career that I put together, I like I said, job well done. Job well done. I'm just thankful that it was here. The people I met you, and you giving me a platform to do stuff like this and learning from you over the years. I'm just this was everything to me.
Seattle been good to you, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's why you stay.
Yeah, and I forgot the fans, and just the city and the fans, the community. I can go out. I go out to like Target, and people are like, man, thank you for everything you did for this city. And you can look in their eyes, and like you could feel like how much I meant to them, right? And just for this city to support me since day one, to fight for me. I get on my Twitter in the off season, bring them back, we love them. Like I said, all this stuff, and just these fans was awesome.
How are we going to continue that love you just showed and the love that you get shown? And there's a lot of good that happens. But then, in our world right now, we got a lot of, a lot of hate and a lot of upset and a lot of tension going on. What can we do, man? I'm not asking you to fix it all, but what more can we add to, or what more can we do to just show the world that everything's not bad? Sometimes, it might be a little rough, but everything's not bad, because sometimes I feel like when I think about what the Seahawks had brought to this town, I can only think about good times, and it's an escape for me to get away from reality. Yeah. And so that's why, even talking to you right now, I feel like, I'm hanging out, I'm talking to my guy KJ. What can you help us with? What can you add to help us get better throughout all this?
One of my favorite Bible verses it's in Ecclesiastes, and don't quote me on it, but it's like, let your light shine so bright before men. And you got a gift, G. I got a gift. Y'all have a gift. Everybody's watching got a gift. Whatever you have inside of you, whatever special thing that God put into you, that he created in you, you got to use your gift and deploy it to the world. Your gifts are not supposed to be inside. You're not supposed to be quiet. You're not supposed to, let your light shine to this world, and use your voice, use your gift. Start small. Just make things around you better. Just use the things to make it around you better. And so that's what I'm here for. That's what you're here for, to let your light shine and to share with people. And that person will share with somebody. And it's become a snowball effect.
Okay, Jay, I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you for everything you've done in this town. I appreciate every example that you have set with your family. And I appreciate the relationship that both you and I have because early on our relationship started with me cleaning that Impala that you used to have.
Yeah.
And then here we are today, and we're still going strong. We're talking about, 12 years, 11, 12 years that I've been knowing you, man. But you gave me a shot early, right? Like I was just getting into this media game, and you like, no problem, G. I'll come interview with you.
Oh, yeah.
So that means the world to me, man. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, man. It was fun. It was fun what we created. We just getting started. We still going. We still going. I'm gonna be here.
Okay.
See, I ain't going nowhere. So it's gonna be all good.
All right. There it is.
Yes, sir.
KJ.
Appreciate it, man.